So I was trying something new with these turtlenecks. And so I'm never gonna wear them again because I don't like how stuffy I look in them. I feel like turtlenecks could be cute. I'm gonna try to figure out how to do a turtleneck. So girl, tell me about this toxic relationship you are in.
So basically, we met at the gym, and I was like, he's so cute. Like, I just want to get to know him.
Yeah.
But we started going out, and like, he started showing signs of being super toxic. You know, like he punched the top of the car. He was mad, and he punched like a cup of soda and exploded in the car.
That sounds more like abusive.
Yeah.
Now,
and like,
I remember her specifically because I thought immediately, like, oh my gosh, she's in this toxic relationship. What is going on? She's so bubbly and sweet.
Like, wow, this guy really likes me.
And when I started hearing the details of this, this relationship, I was like,
I like love him a lot.
Girl, what is going on?
When we're good, we're really, really, really good, and like we get along, you know.
Okay, y'all a cute couple. Y'all a cute couple. So what happens when you fight then?
He has called me a bitch before. Yeah, he's called me an idiot. He's like, you're and like, honestly, most people see him and they're like, he's so composed.
Yeah.
He's so sweet, you know?
Sometimes in relationships, people will mask what they want you to see. And you'll be in a whole relationship where people are being emotionally or physically abusive. And I haven't heard his side of the story, so I don't want to judge yet. But how long have you two been together?
We've been together for over a year, and like we've broken up 5-6 times.
So over a year.
Yeah.
Do you two live together right now? Okay, maybe I like the thing from the side profile. Maybe I like the turtleneck from the side profile. What are y'all feeling? What do y'all like? No? Do you like? Because on the side profile, I'm like, okay, but straight up, I don't like the turtleneck. Let me get back to her toxic relationship. How many times did you say you broke it up?
5-6 times.
What makes you go back?
I will be like, hey, like I want to see you, or like he'll be like, I want to see you. We'll get back together, you know. So
you're saving yourself for marriage.
Yes.
Why was that a choice you wanted to make?
I grew up Christian, and you know it was taught in church. But for me, it's more of like, honestly, I have like abandonment issues because my dad wasn't in my life. And to me, I was like, okay, if I'm gonna be that intimate with a guy, like I want to be married. I want him to stay in my life forever.
And I understand now the abandonment issues.
Yes.
But what are you expecting from a man you date?
Honestly, like, I want him to treat me nice. Like, I want him to say, like, you're beautiful, I love you, like, I care about you. I want him to say how he feels, because, like, I didn't really get that from my dad, you know? Like, I didn't get that from a father figure, so, like, I want a man to really, like, care for me, you know?
Yeah, I understand.
And he has said those things, but then other times he's really angry, and then he just yells at me.
Yeah, I hear you.
And
here you go.
I didn't think I would cry this fast.
That's okay. It's so sad to see her picking herself apart just because she didn't have this relationship with her father. But that happens to a lot of people. You know, when you don't have a relationship in your life with someone who's supposed to be there to take care of you, you try to seek it in other people. Especially if you're compounded with self-esteem issues, it gets rough and difficult. So I'm seeing why she's accepting this behavior.
I got out the car because I didn't want to fight in the car, and he slams the door, drives off, and leaves me there.
So are you worried that Jake is having sex with other women?
Sometimes, like, I have fear because I'm waiting till marriage. He has told me that, oh, I want to have sex.
Yeah.
But these were my boundaries, so, you know.
Yeah. Do you two engage in anything other than sex? Do you have other, like...
Yeah, intimacy, yes.
Yes, okay, great.
Yes,
okay, just
yeah.
one in a check. All right, so listen. There's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
I love your vulnerability and how much you've been open, but there is a lot of toxic behavior here from your own words, and I'm hearing it as well. But this is just one side of the story. We need to hear the other side of the story.
Okay.
So everyone, I think it's time now to meet Jake, Rebekka's boyfriend. So let's join Jake to the show. Jake, come on out. Come on, take a seat. How are you doing, man? Good to meet you.
Good, how are you?
Yes, good. So I want you to describe your relationship because we heard one side, and now it's time to hear your side.
Right, well, you were out here saying a lot of things about what I do. I didn't hear a lot about the things that you do to set me off, the things that you really do that push me over the edge, like how you scream at me, how you chase after me.
Like...
Yeah, but like all those times when, you know, I really want to step back and get space and think about things, and then you just want to confront it head on like that, you're not giving me that time I need to recuperate and think about what's going on.
So Jake, you describe your relationship as intensely toxic.
Right.
Wow. That's a lot for you to say my relationship is intensely toxic and still stay in it. Why do you think it's intensely toxic?
Really just the frequency of the fights, you know, like Rebekka and I have been together for like on and off for a year and a half, and I can't even count the number of fights we've been in. I just don't think it's healthy.
But what are you fighting about exactly? Because
I'll be trying to
clarity.
I'll be trying to get away from her. She wants to, you know, she'll be over something, upset over something, and I'll say like, I need to take a step back from this, but she wants to do it like right then and there.
Dick, so you really feel like Rebekka doesn't give you space?
I feel like sometimes I say I need space and she kind of disregards it.
You live in your car, right?
Yeah.
What is hindering you from being able to find an apartment?
Right now I just don't want to. The rents are super high and I just want to save money.
I actually remember talking to Jake backstage after this and just thinking like, I feel so sorry for you. I just wish I had more time with him just to talk about his issues. He's just a really sweet, sweet guy. Yes, they both have been abusive to each other, and yes, there was things that just were toxic. But as individuals and apart, there was a lot of healing that they both needed.
Okay, so first of all, I don't understand why you let any man call you out your name. Because I know if I was in a relationship and a man called me a bitch, that would be the end of it, period.
So why do you accept him calling you out of your name?
I don't like it. Like, it's like I told him, like, if you call me that one more time, I'm gonna break up with you. And the thing is, the love comes back.
Why do you think that it's okay to be verbally abusive?
For me, I heard a lot of toxic language growing up, and it kind of just slips out. I feel like I'm pushed into a corner, and I have to, like, you know, it just comes out.
Do you know it's wrong?
I do know it's wrong.
Okay, then. So it's not that it's just learned behavior. It's a conscious decision.
It's almost like a subconscious thing because
No,
I heard so much of that.
I just asked you if you know it's wrong.
I do know it's
wrong.
wrong.
So it's not subconscious. Subconscious would mean I don't know if it's right or wrong, and it's slipping out.
I know it's not acceptable.
Okay.
You seem like you're annoying the hell out of Jake. So why are you mad when he throws you out of the car when he's clearly telling you that he needs his space?
Well, a lot of times when he does say, get out, it's not out of a loving place to me, because sometimes we're not done talking and I'm about to cry, like I'm upset, right?
But why won't you just give me a little bit of time? Like why don't you just get out?
I'm so emotional, I want to cry so bad in that moment that when you say get out, it's like maybe you should get out of that car and go for a walk.
But it's my car. It's my car though.
I know, but it's like you're not treating me like a human being, you're treating me like a robot. Like, you don't talk to like a girlfriend like that.
But
That's
you're
not
asking,
how it starts,
in all sincerity, he lives in his car. It's actually, he's asking you to leave his home. And so
really
there's a blurred boundary here that has to be acknowledged, because it's not like you're just driving and he's saying, get out of my car. It's like he's saying, this is the only space I have in this world, and so I'm asking you to leave my only space.
But
can you see that, though?
No, I understand that. And, like, I do totally understand that. But I think I'm getting to a point where I want him to express with words how he's feeling instead of just avoiding. I'm
going to come back to the stage because I want to actually get into your unhealthy behaviors that I have noticed. So, Jake, you're cursing and calling Rebekka. You just acknowledge. Curses and calls Rebekka names, has kicked Rebekka. You kick Rebekka out of your car. You understand it's not just the car and the space, which I get before, but the act of actually trying to say, I'm shutting you out, I'm not going to communicate with you, is what makes that unhealthy. So it's one thing to be able to say, these are the reasons that I need my space right now, but I don't think you're doing that. So the lack of communication makes this relationship really unhealthy. And it keeps you in this spiral because neither of you are talking about what's really going on. And it's also the constant arguments because you're not expressing what you're really feeling. I feel like today I've heard more about what you're feeling when you said to me the word overwhelmed. How often do you tell her that you're overwhelmed?
I do tell her that sometimes. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I always do it in the most conducive way to like having good communication, but I do try to communicate that.
You didn't learn how to communicate growing up, did you?
I don't think I learned good communication skills growing up.
Okay, yeah. Now, Rebekka, let's take a look at your unhealthy behaviors that we're seeing. Text Jake's 30 times a day. When the producers talked about it when they talked to you that you said you text a lot. Broke up with Jake 6 times a year.
Oh, he did that actually. I don't.
Okay, so then let me switch back.
Okay.
Went back 6 times a year.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because you also have a choice in this as well. Just like I said to Jake earlier, it's a conscious choice. You're making a conscious choice to go back to something where you know you're going to be kicked out of a car, where you know you're going to be called the B word, where you know you're going to be treated a certain way. You're making that conscious choice. We talked about it earlier. We understand this coming from self-esteem issues and abandonment issues, but still, you're making that choice to go back, which is very unhealthy. And you have those separation issues, which is why anytime he says he needs space, you start to freak out. Because space for you means something different than it means for him. Am I right?
I want him to say to me, like, I need space right now, but I love you. Like, I want him to assure me, because sometimes he has blocked me for 2 days.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, he doesn't want to be with me.
All right, so this is what got me this entire thing. Both of y'all describing your relationship as toxic, but both of y'all want to stay.
It does not mean
What goes on in our minds that makes us say we both know it's toxic, but let's stay? Of course, we do understand self-esteem issues, past issues, but it's no good. This is not the relationship to do that with. You need time to reflect and to grow. You need all of that right now. You're in a space right now where there's so many unhealthy patterns that you learned in your past that you have to figure out how to be able to communicate. You have to be able to reflect with yourself of like why you're in the position you're in right now. Listen, as much as I want to say like, oh, because rent is too much and because, you know, you've had a hard time, there's another reason why you're staying in your car. It's because you're unstable right now. And this instability is the first sign that you should not be in a relationship. With that instability, you need to find time to take time for you to get stable, get your feet planted. And listen, you're a young man. I believe that maybe in 4 years, 5 years, this could be the woman for you. This could be the woman that you want to be with. But right now, I'm going to advise you and tell you that you do not need to be in a relationship. You need to be with yourself. You need to figure out your career. You need to figure out what your home life is going to be. You need to figure out who are you as a man? You're speaking 2 different languages here. You want stability, you want to be settled, but you're with a man who's still trying to figure out and trying to grow. And the reason you're staying with him is because you're in a space right now where you're scared to be alone. You're scared that his boundaries means that he doesn't want you. You're scared that him saying, I need space, means that you're not worthy. You know what I mean? You make excuses for him because you've been making excuses for people who have abandoned you or abused you your entire life. Right?
Yeah.
And so now you're holding on to anybody who you feel is going to give you the unconditional love. But the thing, sister, is that you got to start working on that unconditional love on yourself. Come here, let me do something with you. Come here. I could see clearly that there was a lot going on, and so we had to figure out how can we start to help her to work on herself. So I was like, let's have a little moment backstage. Come on.
I feel like I have to keep trying, you know? I have to keep putting in effort.
Because you feel like if you don't put in an effort, people are going to give up on you.
Yeah. It makes me feel like I'm not worth it, that I'm unlovable, and like, I don't know, Jake has said that before. He's told me that I'm annoying.
I have no idea how much when I watch these clips, I look just like my daddy. Ugh, how does that happen overnight? You just start looking like your parents. A mess. But back to her. Do you think you're lovable?
Yeah.
You do?
Like, a lot of people actually really enjoy my company, and like a lot of people like me. Like, sometimes I like just want like to find the right person, thinking that that will like fulfill me.
You have to understand that you are loved. Said I want to find the right person so that they fulfill me. Let me tell y'all something. Stop looking for somebody else to fill your cup up. You got to go find your own faucet and turn it on yourself and then fill your own cup. You can't expect people to pour from their cup to pour into yours in order for it to work.
I love that I'm really funny.
Say, Rebekka, I love that you're funny.
Rebekka, I love that you're funny. Rebekka, I love that you're beautiful. Rebekka, I love I love that you have a really kind heart and that.
Now, Rebekka, talk to your dad.
I love you, but I'm kind of pissed off that you weren't there for me.
You're not kind of pissed off.
I'm really pissed off.
I love the fact that right now she's having a moment to sort of connect with herself and understand why she's allowing this baby to continue. It's based in self-esteem and her abandonment. Look at this mirror and say, Rebekka, repeat after me. Look at yourself.
Rebekka,
I deserve love.
I deserve love.
I'm just glad that she had this moment. It's a beautiful moment that we have to remind ourselves that we have to practice our self-esteem daily if we want to have the self-esteem. Self-esteem is something that has to be practiced. Same way you practice saying negative things about yourselves, the same way we have to practice saying positive things about ourselves every single day. When you brush your teeth, say something positive about yourself.
You do not deserve to chase people. You got it?
Yes.
I don't need to chase any man.
I don't need to chase any man.
These are the things that you have to say to yourself. You have to be specific about the things that you're saying to yourself. You don't deserve to have anybody call you out your name. What is your name?
Rebekka.
Say it.
My name is Rebekka.
Not bitch.
Not bitch.
Let me tell you something. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, we had a very special moment, but after this segment was done, when I went back there, I was like, not bitch. The way she said it for me was a kiki. I don't know why. I'm glad that she said it, but she was like, not bitch. I pray that Jake gets help because he deserved a lot of love and support, and I really hope he got it. But I hope they're not together anymore because that's just toxic. Hold up. Where are you going? I know you want to watch more Karamo, so click here to subscribe and click here to watch more so we can keep talking and growing, friends. I love you.